Hey guys, today I've done a sort of beautiful but dramatic party makeup look that I wore recently and got so many compliments on. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to attempt to do some more tutorials soon. And I've got a giveaway in the lineup. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So yeah, stay tuned. Keep watching if you want to see this. If not, I've got plenty of other videos. I'll see you soon. Bye. For this, I'm going to start with the foundation. This isn't lasting very long. I'm somewhat unimpressed. Number 7. If you're going on a big night out, put some primer on, but I don't really need it. Just sort of a medium-ish coverage foundation. Don't worry too much about your coverage right now. Just get it on and then we'll worry about perfecting the skin later. And if you're a little bit sick like me, make sure you get like around the nose area. I'm going to do some corrector concealer work now, and I've got the Bobbi Brown corrector in light bisque and the creamy concealer kit in sand. I'm just taking my corrector. Okay, I'm just going to take the Bobbi Brown concealer now, and I'm just going to apply this quite roughly, and then I'm going to blend it over after I've done my eyeshadow, because I'm working with a purple. It does kind of drop, so I'm just taking the concealer side. And I'm also going to conceal around my actual eye area because I'm adding purple. I don't want it to bring out any pinkness. I'm going to take this white powder. This is just a MAC one, you can use anything. And I'm going to put loads of it under my eye to catch any fallout. So I'm going to take my eyeshadow base. This is Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm seriously running out of it. You can use anything. You can use a coloured base or anything you like, really. This just happens to be the one that I have and have used when I've done this look before, so I know it works. I'm taking it right over the brow. Up to the brow, sorry. Okay, I'm going to take my first eyeshadow colour, and this is actually Black Tulip, which has been discontinued from MAC for a while. But this is Fig 1, and they're pretty close. I'm just going to take a clean 239 brush, and I'm going to apply my first colour out here. This is going to require like quite a lot of blending, so don't worry too much about being perfect. Just get it on. I'm going to take my second colour, which is going to be a mix of gesso and nylon. You can just use nylon, but I find that's a bit too yellow for me for this look in particular, and I use this mix a lot for work. And I'm going to go on the inner corner here, and you're not going to join it all the way up. And just go under the eye. Remember, we can always redo the highlight under the eye afterwards. This is just a miscellaneous brush. It's an angled brush, but it's very wide and it's not very hard, so it makes really nicely for doing this sort of work. Okay, I've brought the blinds down a bit because the light under my eyes was the powder under my eyes was reflecting quite a bit of light. I'm going to take a 217 brush now, and this one's already quite stained, so I prefer to use these ones for the darker colours, and I'm just going to start blending mostly the top edge of this. And then blend these two colours together. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect yet. If you feel like you're starting to lose the intensity of the colour, you can just apply a touch more in certain areas. I find with looks like this, layering is the way to keep it on. Okay, I'm now going to take a slightly darker colour, and this is called Sketch. It's a very dark plummy colour, but it'll work with any of the colours you're using in the purple family. And I am taking a little bit on my blending brush, which is like a sin to some people. If you're only picking up a little bit, it's fine. And I'm just darkening this crease area, the outer corner mostly. For my brow bone area, I'm going to be using this, which is Blank Type, which is just a bone sort of colour. And this is just going to give you something to blend into quite seamlessly now. If you can blend into nothingness, you can blend into a colour perfectly. So blending. So I'm going to do my eyeliner and then I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm using this, which is just a chunky version of the MAC's Penultimate eyeliner. There are a million. Collection do an amazing one. Makeup Academy do an almost as good one. I think Collection's £3 and Makeup Academy is maybe £2. I'm going to use this pencil from MAC to fill my brows, and it is called Spiked, but you can use anything. Lingering is a beautiful colour. I just don't feel like it's dramatic enough for this. Okay, so now I'm going to knock off this powder from underneath my eyes because I'm starting to feel a bit alien-y. The thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to re-conceal any areas of my face that have got redness. We're ready to move on. So some people apply mascara before they do false eyelashes, but then I end up getting it on myself, especially on my fingers and then on my face and everywhere. So I'm going to be using these, which are the Eyelure Natural Lights Evening Wear Ultra Glam Lashes, and the number 101, and they look like this. Is anyone else like that? Are there any like hairdressers that are amazing at doing hair on other people but not on themselves? I'm so much better at doing makeup at work. I actually think of all the makeup I did this season for prom, there is one girl's who I think she just looked stunning, and it was a girl called Alex, and I think she watches. Yeah, she just looks stunning. She just looks fantastic. I was really proud, and not only just because I did it, but because she looked beautiful. Everything, the hair, her makeup, her dress. My cousin Laura looked beautiful as well, but everything, the colour scheme, everything was beautiful. And it was probably the one person who didn't go to me, make me look like a supermodel, or I want to look like Katie Price. So it was really nice. Just waiting for these lashes to dry a bit. Don't recommend doing this with scissors. Don't like poke yourself out in the eye or anything. See how this goes. What I'm doing is I'm just pressing the band into the area where the eyeliner is. This is quite a dramatic look, and I wouldn't wear this like wearing my everyday clothes, wear it like glammed up with heels and everything. So I'm going to contour. This is Pure Sculpture, which is one of the, what are you called? Pro Sculpting creams from MAC. I probably would have gone with the dark one, except this is the only one they had in stock. So I'm just going to raise my cheekbone. My cheekbone is here. I'm actually going to bring it a little higher, so I'm going to start there. And I'm just mapping it out, don't worry, I'm not going to go out like this. I've got to make sure both sides match, because my cheekbones are uneven just like my eyebrows are. Okay, this stuff doesn't set too quickly, so you've got loads of time to work it. If you want to raise your cheekbone, don't blend downwards, blend upwards. That's that quite nicely mapped out. Just going to blend up here. Down the sides of my nose. Now I'm going to take the highlight colour, which is Accentuate, which is actually a little bit too light, but the next one up, which I think was Naturally Defined, is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to powder over the top. I love these products. I think Ben Nye did one a while ago and it was just amazing, but I find these are a lot more like skin coloured. There's no real greyness to them like there was with the Ben Nye ones. Okay, got all that applied. I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just blend them together. Like this, a certain YouTuber who I'm not going to name because she's like quite big and everyone loves her. And I think she puts way too much on her cheekbones. Sorry, some of you may know who she is. I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and then I'm going to apply loads of mascara, and I'm actually going to concentrate on these couple of inner lashes here. I'm going to start with the smaller side of MAC's Hot and Naughty. I'm going to take the brush with the purple on it. I'm going to run a little bit under my eye. Okay, so I'm going to do my lips now, and they're going to be quite dramatic because this is sort of a dramatic night look. I'm going to go all out with the lip products. Starting with this lip pencil. Now this is called Boldly Bare and it is beautiful. But I'm actually going to sort of define the edges of my lips and sharpen the points on my Cupid bow because my face is quite angular with the brows and the cheekbones, and I don't want to leave the lips too soft. Like this, I'd either go, well, I would go nude, I would. Two choices I've got here are Pure Zen from MAC, and this is Sex Machine Velvet Matte Lip Pencil from Nars. Now I'm going to use both because it's beautiful together. Okay, I'm going to apply Pure Zen lipstick. I'm going to apply my lip pencil over the top in the centre. It just adds a bit of pink to it. It kind of warms it up a little. So that's the lips as they are. I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush now because I've got the lips and the eyes. I know how I can balance my blush. And this is Benefit's Sugar Bomb, which I actually hated when it first came out, but I'm actually quite fond of it now. Just going to mix all of the colours together and dust off. Keen-eyed of you will know that I have not powdered yet. And I'm going to apply quite a heavy cover powder and then it'll last longer. This is Studio Fix from MAC. This is NC20 from MAC and it is super yellow. Really good at distinguishing any red from your face in photography, especially if you're going to have pictures taken. Okay, if you want to go all out, you can add a gloss. This is Good Lovin' from MAC. It's limited edition, but there's plenty of colours out there like this. And you can just add any final touches you want, anything you like. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.